With me now to talk about radon is the Senior Public Health Inspector, Kim McCann, from the Leeds, Grenville, and Lanark District Health Unit. Let's find out a little bit more about radon, because it's not something that we've heard too much about in the last little bit. Hi, welcome to the program.
Thank you very much.
So what is radon?
I know, so many people ask, because you're right, it's not something that we talk about a lot. So radon is a natural gas that comes from the soil, it comes from water, it comes from rock.
Okay.
And what it is we have uranium that's naturally present in our environment, and as it breaks down, it creates a radioactive gas that we call radon. So if you think back to your grade 9 year when you had to memorize the periodic table, you would remember that radon was one of those elements. So yeah, that's what it is. The unfortunate thing is with radon, it's hard to detect just by using our senses, because we can't see it, we can't smell it, we can't taste it. It is present in our environment, and unfortunately, it can cause lung cancer.
Oh my heavens.
Yeah.
So that's why we are hearing so much about it now.
Yeah, and the reason that we really promote radon in November, so we call it Radon Awareness Month, but it's also Lung Cancer Awareness Month. And we know that the two go hand in hand. So it's an important time just to remind people to test their homes for radon. The other thing is, it being a gas, it can be naturally diluted just by opening our windows and through the fresh air. So in the summertime, our windows are open, our doors are open, so we get that natural flow of air through our homes. But in the wintertime, everything is closed up.
Right.
So November is a really good time to start thinking about testing your home for radon, because that's when you get the highest concentrations in your home.
Okay, I'm just a little confused now. So radon is a gas.
Yeah.
It's coming out of the ground.
Yep.
But yet I'm opening a window, letting in fresh air.
Yep. So what happens is in your house. So if you picture a house.
Yes.
The radon coming from the earth, it will enter the home through the cracks and crevices. So maybe through construction joints or through your sub pump, or if you have cracks in your foundation.
All right.
Gets into the home, but then it gets trapped in your home when it's closed up.
Okay.
So it will actually concentrate. When during the summertime, or if we're just outside, yes, that gas is still there, but it's diluted. So if we breathe it in, it doesn't really cause a problem, because we're not breathing in
specifically that.
Exactly. It's not concentrated.
Gotcha. Okay. I had a little problem there when you were opening the window.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it is a gas. And so we're hearing about it now. Obviously, this has caused lung cancer. When did we actually connect the two?
The two? I don't have a specific date.
Oh, no, I don't need to know.
But, I mean, it's always been around, right? As long as the Earth has been around, because it is the breakdown of uranium.
Right.
I think now science is just evolving to the point that they're able to make those medical connections.
Wow.
So did you know that there's about 850 deaths from lung cancer associated with radon in Ontario every year?
In Ontario?
Yes. Yes. So it is preventable. And, that's why we're here. We want people to test. We want people to know about it. And so that they can do something about it, which we can talk more about too.
Yes, please, because I've seen you holding something in your hand. Would you tell us what that is, please?
Yeah, so this is our little radon detector kit. You can buy them at a hardware store, or you can buy them online through a hardware store, or Take Action on Radon. You can sell them. We actually sell them at our health unit. A few years ago, we've actually been doing promotion of radon for several years now, trying to encourage people to test. And what it is, this is called a long-term test kit.
Okay.
You put it in your home for at least 3 months, so at least 91 days. You send it off to the lab. Inside the little detector is a piece of film, and the radioactive particles will land on the film and cause etching, so that when you send it off to the lab, they can measure how much radon is actually in your home.
Okay.
So where you would want to place this is where you spend most of your time in the home, so at least 4 hours a day. So if you have a downstairs basement, for example, where maybe you have an office or a bedroom or a rec room and you spend a lot of time down there, that might be an appropriate place to test.
Yes.
If you don't use your basement like that, then you want to put it on the main level or on the level of your home where you do spend most of your time, because you want to know what your exposure is throughout the day.
Okay, I'm with you now, because I was thinking back to when you said about the cracks, and I was thinking foundation, and why is she saying that when I would be putting it in the basement, because I would think that's where.
Yeah, but what you want to know is your exposure.
Yes, okay.
So, if you have a basement that you never spend time in, then no, because that's not where you're living, that's not where you're exposed. You want to put it in the area where you spend most of your time.
Okay.
However, like I had said before, if you have a downstairs office or bedroom, then that would be an appropriate place.
Exactly, because sleeping down there or whatever, or working down there.
That's right.
That's where you're spending your time.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's in place. You don't have to do anything to it. Like, you don't have to pull anything on it to get it activated. It just
not at all.
Take it out of there.
So just take it out of the package.
Yes.
And as soon as it takes it out of the package, it will start doing its measurements, or it's capturing, so it can be measured.
Okay.
So until you're actually ready to test, keep it in the packaging, and then, like I said, you just set it on a shelf or something somewhere in your home where you spend lots of time and capture those little particles.
So it's a good thing to put it on your calendar and not forget about it too.
True. Yeah, very
Yes.
true. Yeah. So these are a minimum of 91 days. These particular kits are called the long-term kits. There are short-term test kits as well, and there's actually instant readout.
Instant readout.
Yeah, kits. They're okay. They can give you an idea. The problem is that radon can actually fluctuate over time. So it's only giving you the measure at that moment in time. Where with radon, it's a long-term exposure that can cause lung cancer. So we want to know what is your long-term exposure. So that's why we recommend the long-term test kit, so the 3-month test kit versus those short-term test kits.
I'm going to ask you a question. It's probably a very unfair question, but something like this here, was there any like development of homes somewhere in Ontario that they found, oh yeah, there's a lot of radon here?
Yeah. That's a very fair question,
Oh,
actually. Yeah. So there are different projects, different subdivisions that they've been building over time that they've been able to do these types of tests.
Yes.
But Health Canada has actually done extensive studying of radon across Canada. And what they found is about 95% of health regions across Canada have elevated levels of radon, which makes sense. Uranium is just part of our geological makeup. What they found with our area in Ontario, is that we do have elevated levels. So we do want people to test, It is a relatively simple fix for radon. You can do several things. So if you're building a home, for example, you can talk to your designer, talk to your contractor. They can put in radon mitigation systems right at construction, which is very simple. And what it is, a radon mitigation system is actually a very simple exhaust system. So it's just a pipe. Yep. Okay. It's just a pipe that goes underneath your foundation. It has a little fan. It exhausts the gases from under your slab foundation or whatever to the outside. So it's relatively simple. If you already have an existing home, you can get that retrofit system installed. Now, it has to be installed by a certified radon mitigation specialist, not just any person.
I couldn't do it, in other words.
That's right. Yeah, we don't want the general homeowner doing it. We want an actual specialist doing it, just so that you know that you are getting a quality product, and secondly, that it's installed properly so it's doing its job.
Right.
The other thing is, simple things. Look around your home. Do you have a lid on your sub pump? Is there cracks in your foundations that could be sealed up? The construction joints in your home, were they sealed? So all of those are small things that can be done to either prevent or help mitigate radon gas from getting into your home.
Oh my heavens.
Yeah. So if you do the test and you're finding that your radon levels are elevated, and what we considered, so radon gas or radioactive gas is measured, and the units are called becquerels per meter cubed.
Okay.
So if you're over 200 becquerels per meter cubed or cubic meter, then you can, then you would want to call a mitigation.
Got a problem, right?
Yeah, a mitigation specialist. Yeah.
What about if you're like 180?
180, it's up to you. I mean,
about
you're
it.
still within
Yes.
that safe or satisfactory. Like, no radon is the best level of radon, but I mean, there's a level of risk.
Yeah.
So anything under 200, no action is really required. Anything over 200, you would want to call a mitigation specialist. If you're really high, like over 800, definitely call in.
Get out of the house.
Yeah,
right.
Well, no, you don't have to move out. So the good thing about radon, or I guess there is a good thing about radon, is it's a long-term exposure, right? So,
Okay.
Breathing in a bit of radon is not going to cause lung cancer. It is a long-term exposure. And those people who smoke, because we know that cigarettes also cause lung cancer.
Right.
If you're exposed to radon and you're a smoker, your chance of getting lung cancer are much, much higher.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Because you got the two elements.
Because you have the two. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. So
would make
it's
sense.
definitely a good reason to stop smoking, and also to test your home.
Yes. Wow. Okay. So if I do my testing and it comes back, I'm 230, so I need to call somebody.
Yeah, so you don't have to be in a panic.
Oh, okay.
Again, don't forget, this is a long term. So, but yes, it is a good time. If you do a test and it comes back at 230, like you said, definitely contact a radon mitigation specialist. And again, that website, takeactiononradon.ca. It's a Health Canada website.
Okay.
And they have a list of radons.
Good.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. So even local people. So there's lots of people locally that are qualified to do the job. Mm-hmm. So they can come out, they'll do an assessment of your home, look around, see, and depending on your levels, it could be a very easy fix, or you may have to put in the exhaust system, which in fact is not that expensive. Yeah. So
no. Thank you for coming in.
Oh, forgot about that.
Forgot about what? Why is I doing that?
Because it's the ready alert system.
I know. We okay? Can I wrap up? Okay. Yeah, scared the... Anyway, thank you for coming in today, Kim. Really appreciate it. Now we know about radon, and we can do something with it.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, and that's what it's all about. So thank you.
That's all it is.